قد عرفتك منعما متفضلا ولذا دعوتك فاستجب لي سيدي. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, in another week, alhamdulillah, and we came together around the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, so we can learn more and more. And I see, alhamdulillah, that every time we come back thirsty for more. And that is the good desire that we have as Muslims, to know more about our deen, how to be better Muslims, how to practice our religion. And alhamdulillah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us so we can come together for his sake, and we search about the knowledge was taken from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam directly. And it's, of course, it's amazing that we know about the hadith of Rasulullah. And of course, it is amazing to study the Quran and amazing to know more about the biography of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And actually, every Tuesday, do you still remember our headline, our head title about the Tuesdays? We are talking about the legacy of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What the Prophet actually left for us, what the Prophet actually left behind, so we can get the knowledge and we can practice our deen. And it makes your heart cheerful to know that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam took care of you, and he sallallahu alaihi wasallam left that inheritance for us, so we can learn and we can, get the education how to be better Muslims. And alhamdulillah, like 3-4 weeks ago, we started talking about the wasiyah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the advices of the Prophet Muhammad. Do you still remember the advice of the last week? Huh?
I have it.
Started to search, in his notebook. I have it here. قل آمنت بالله ثم استقم. Yes. Say, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then remain steadfast. Yes, stay on the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And today, actually, I was so hesitating. I was so, confused to choose this hadith or not. And I spent a long time thinking about if our time will fit this hadith. And I was, what about canceling tomorrow so we can continue this hadith, or we can keep some of it to the next week. And inshallah, Allah decides, the best. Because this hadith, we can consider it life-changing advices. It's the advices, or it is the advice, or it is the hadith that can change your life. And actually, this hadith was pushing me so I can prepare it for the khutbah also. So it tells you about lots of things. Wallahi, we as Muslims, we need this hadith. And it describes our situation right now. It's a wasiyah from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was said to Sayyiduna Abu Dharr al-Ghifari. Sayyiduna Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, one of the great companions who sacrificed a lot with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was one of the seniors in the community of Muslims. And he was that man that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him wisdom. And they call him a title. He was the champion of the masakin. He was the champion of the poor and needy. He used to take care of the poor and needy a lot, especially after the nasiha, after the wasiyah of Rasulullah, when just Rasulullah gave him the advice. So I wish, inshallah, it's a good introduction for us. It gives you the positive energy and the great zeal, so you pay attention for the wasiyah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I'm encouraging all the brothers and sisters, mashallah, I can see the names here. I wish, inshallah, if they could take some of their notes for the wasiyah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The hadith narrated by narrated by Musnad al-Imam Ahmad. So it is in Musnad al-Imam Ahmad. It is authentic hadith. So who narrated this hadith? Sayyiduna Abu Dharr al-Ghifari. And it is mentioned in Musnad Ahmad. Imam al-Albani said it is authentic, it is Sahih hadith. So we can take it, and while we are feeling good about it is authentic hadith, there is no doubt in it. Sayyiduna Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, some of the narrations said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this hadith 2 weeks before his death, or 2 weeks before he gets sick, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam placed his hand on his chest. Then he gave him the wasiyah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sayyiduna Abu Dharr al-Ghifari started by saying, Awsani Khalili bisab'a. You know Khalili? Friend, you know Khalil. So Khalili, that's my close friend. My beloved Rasul, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Awsani bisab'a. In another narration, Amarani bisab'a. Awsani gave me the advice of 7 things. Amarani had commanded me to do 7 things. So whether the narration is, so it's a wasiyah from Rasulullah. It's a command from Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So what is the first wasiyah? He said, Amarani bihubbil masakin wad-dunuwi minhum. He commanded me to love the poor and needy and to remain in their company. And why is that? If you are complaining that your heart became hard and you wanted to soften your heart, get closer to the masakin. Not only to love the poor and needy, not only to love the masakin, but even to remain in their company, to go to them, spend time with them, take them to the market, try to shop for them, try to get them some of your stuff, give them some of your clothes, give them some of your food. So be in their company. Ad-dunu minhum. Get closer to them. That will soften your heart. That will make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you. And as I told you, since that wasiyah, Sayyiduna Abu Dharr became very closer to the masakin till he got that title, the champion of the masakin. And you know the dua of Rasulullah. What's the dua related to the masakin? Allahumma ahyini miskina. Oh Allah, let me live as miskin. Wa amitni miskina. And let me die as miskin. Wahshurni fi zumratil masakin. And resurrect me with the masakin. In Islam, there is no segregation. There is no discrimination based on anything. There is no discrimination based on who is more wealthy, who is the person having money and who is not the person, who is the poor and who is the wealthy or the rich person. In Islam, all of us, we are brothers. We are brothers and sisters in one community. There is no difference based on the color of your skin or based on what is in your bank account. There is no difference based on your position or my position. We are brothers and sisters. That is the equality in Islam. Islam came against racism. Unfortunately, we have some Muslims right now, they got affected with that way of thinking. They don't meet except their group. They do not sit except with their group. They do not call except their group. Even when they travel back home, when they visit just what they are in their level. When they got married, when they choose for their children, they choose from the same level. When they go to visit or when they wanted to invite somebody to their weddings, they just invite what is those who are at the same level, and which is kind of corruption in our aqidah, in our belief. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to eat and sit with the masakin. He used to sit with them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to serve them by himself. So what is the first nasiha? Love the masakin and remain in their company. What's number two? He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Dharr said, وَأَمَرَنِي أَنْ أَنظُرَ إِلَى مَنْ هُوَ أَدْنَى وَلَا أَنظُرُ إِلَى مَنْ هُوَ فَوْقِي أَنْ أَنظُرْ إِلَى مَنْ هُوَ دُونِي وَلَا أَنظُرْ إِلَى مَنْ هُوَ فَوْقِي. To look at those who are below me and not those who are above me. What does it mean? In terms of position, in terms of money, in terms of, status in the community, sometimes according to the criteria of people, they have up and down. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, look at those who are below you, not above you. Why is that? Because you would not feel content. You will not get, that feeling of satisfaction if you are always looking to those who are above you. Sometimes you want to get motivated. Yes, you want to study hard. You want to work in your project. That is something we can understand. But looking always to those who are above you, you will never feel satisfied. You will never. That's why, especially with our sisters, they always look to who are above them. And subhanallah, she's always pushing her husband. We wanted to get better than this house. No, I don't like this house. I don't like this car. I don't like this necklace. I don't like this ring. I don't like this phone. Why? Because my friend, my relative, my neighbor, they have better than me. That's the case. Time after time, you might have a lot. If you compared your situation with other people, couldn't find even a sip of water to drink, you might have a lot. If you compared your situation with others who are sleeping in shelters or in tents in public. But subhanallah, still you will have some people, they don't have this, contentment. They don't have this satisfaction. That's a good nasiha from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I told you earlier, Rasulullah is describing our real life. That's why, let me tell you something very important. If the lecture in the masjid will not touch the real life, it means it's useless. It's useless. Because the lecture, you come to the masjid, You listen to the lecture because you wanted to change yourself to be a better Muslim. So what is the third nasiha? He said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and I like this nasiha very well, that he sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, I like it very much. He said, وَأَمَرَنِي أَنْ أَصِلَ الرَّحِمْ وَإِنْ أَدْبَرَتْ. He sallallahu alayhi wasallam ordered me to reconcile the ties of the kinship, even if the family members will run away from me. You know, it's understandable, it's logic to be good with somebody is doing good to you. That's understandable. But what is the real challenge? The real challenge is to be good with somebody he's not paying attention to you. And you might say, Imam, how come? How come? That's not fair. Wait, he is one of your kinship, one of your family members. Is that right? Yes. So keep the ties of your kinship. Whether they did good or not, whether they treated you well or not, still keep doing good to them. I told you the hadith with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when a person came and listened to this hadith, it seems like that man 1400 years ago talked on your behalf. He said, Ya Rasulullah, inna li qaraba, I have relatives, asiluhum wa yaqta'unani, I contact them and they, you know, disconnect me, or they do not respond to me. Uhsinu ilayhim wa yusi'una ilay, I do good to them and they reply back to me. They treated me bad. إن لي قرابة أصلهم ويقطعونني أحسن إليهم ويسيئون إلي أعطيهم ويمنعونني, I give them and they do not give me. Then at the end, أفأصلهم, shall I still do good to them? What did Rasulullah ﷺ said? Yes. The answer is one word. Yes. He said, silhum. Yes. Keep doing good to them. No way. And for your benefit, you might say, you know, why I have to do this? Why I have to be good to my relatives? I remember when I called them and he did not respond. I remember when he did not invite me to the wedding of his daughter. I remember when I gave him a gift and he insulted me. I remember when my wife called them and they told her bad words. You know, that happens a lot. That happens to most of us. But what's my benefit? Two benefits. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Man ahabba an yubsata lahu fi rizqih, aw yunsa'a lahu fi atharih, falyasil rahimah." Whoever wants his rizq to be extended, whoever wants his life number-wise, age-wise, who wanted his life to be extended, who wanted Allah to give him more life, let him have the good ties with his kinship. So if Allah destined that you will live 60 years, 70 years, and you wanted more, the only way is to get more in Islam is to keep the good relationship with your kinship. Nothing more. Nothing more. The only thing that Islam said that it will extend your life, it will extend the time, the length of your life, is to have a good relationship with your kinship. And if you wanted more rizq in terms of quantity or quality, have a good relationship with your kinship. So that was the wasiyah number 3. What's number 4? Still we have 5 minutes? What do you think? Good 5 minutes, or is that enough, Dr. Yusuf? Is that enough for tonight? It's fine. Should we stop here? Can you give us 5 more minutes? Thank you so much. 3 minutes? 3 minutes. Okay, number 4. وَأَمَرَنِي أَلَّا أَسْأَلَ أَحَدًا شَيْئًا. And he ordered me not to ask anyone for anything. What does it mean?
Ask Allah.
Just ask Allah. Let your heart attached with Allah. But Imam, after I ask Allah, I have to come and ask people. Yes, I know. Yes, I know what does it mean. But he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he meant, do not let your heart attached with people. In another hadith narrated by Abdullah ibn Abbas, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ. And when you ask only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Simply and logically, because Allah is the only one who can do everything, and other than Allah cannot do anything. That's very simple. I'm trying to make it short as possible. So that's the case. Only Allah is the one who can do everything, and other than Allah, they cannot do anything except by the permission of Allah. So do not ask anyone anything. That means do not let your heart attach to the people, but let your heart attach to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's number 4. Number 5. وَأَمَرَنِي أَنْ أَقُولَ الْحَقَّ وَلَوْ كَانَ مُرًّا. And he, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ordered me to say the truth, even if it will taste bitter, even if it will taste bad to people. Say the truth, no matter what. I told you before, say the truth. Yes, consider the way, the time, the person, the circumstances, but at the end of the time, say the truth. That's the case. You may be a diplomatic when you say the truth. Yes. You may be a good person who had the good approach, but do not deceive people by hiding, by concealing the truth. Say the truth, even if it will taste bitter, even if it will taste bitter, even if it will taste bad. That's the case. Say the truth. And we can tell you a lot about this. Sometimes, especially if you are working as imam, okay, you are in trouble always, because sometimes you want to give a fatwa, you want to give a decision between 2 people, have dispute, have conflicts. So at that time, you have to close your eyes, do not see people, but just see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give the truth. Whether this truth people will like it or not. We are not ordered to say what people like, because we got the order to say what pleases Allah only. That's the case. Say the truth, no matter what will happen. And I can give you examples after examples about saying the truth, starting Rasulullah, starting the prophets, starting the messengers, starting the scholars. And we have a great example for Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Imam Ahmad, the one who narrated this hadith, the one who mentioned this hadith, Imam Ahmad said the truth, and they put him in the jail. They put him in jail, and they beat him up severely because of the truth that he said. He struggled. He sacrificed because of the truth that he had. And we can give examples after examples, but just for the sake of the time, I will stop here for the 7 wasaya. Now we said 5. I will keep the other 2 for the next time, inshallah, the next Tuesday, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us life and give us time and give us health and give us stability so we can meet together, inshallah. Let's summarize them. Number 1, to love the masakin and to remain in their company. Number 2, look to those who are below you, not those above you. What's number 3? Keep the good ties with your kinship, even if the family members will turn away from you. And what's number 4? Do not ask anyone for anything. What's number 5? Say the truth, even if it will taste bad to people, even well, people will not like your truth. Inshallah, next time we will continue the other 2 nasihas, and maybe inshallah I will give you more examples about saying the truth, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan, barakallahu fikum, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our ibadah and accept our time. Allahumma ameen. I can see, mashallah, all the brothers, and so I can see, mashallah, brother Sharif is watching us now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him. Dr. Siddiqui also, mashallah. May Allah bless you, doctor. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone. Allahumma ameen. Brother Saad here, mashallah, and his children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our time. Ya Rabbal Alameen. I see somebody, he wrote his name, Ahmed Ali. Maybe I am watching myself. Maybe. I think it's a trick from my sister, from my daughter over there in Egypt. Maybe. Yeah, maybe Sundus, maybe Rahma, maybe, I don't know. So they wanted me to get confused. Just wanted to thank Brother Rashid for preparing dinner here in the masjid. Inshallah, all of you are invited, inshallah, to join us after the sunnah to get your dinner, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan, Brother Rashid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من آيات والذكر الحكيم. هذا وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.